So, this is the second part of my reading Paulo Coelho, The Devil and Miss Prime. And very important sentence from the introduction by Paulo Coelho is that he wrote a trilogy. And on the seventh day, the first two books were by the river Piedra, I sat down and wept, and Veronica decides to die. Each of these three books is concerned with the week in the life of an ordinary people, all of who find themselves suddenly confronted by love, death, and power. I've always believed, he says, that in the lives of individuals, just as in society at large, the profoundest changes take place within a very reduced time frame. When we least expect it, life sets us a challenge to test our courage and willingness to change. At such a moment, there is no point in pretending that nothing has happened or in saying that we are not yet ready. The challenge will not wait. Life does not look back. A week is more than enough time for us to decide whether or not to accept our destiny. Buenos Aires, August 2000. So, indeed, a week is enough to decide. I've been at home a week thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, and I didn't come to any conclusion but to go back to teaching. And now I'm thinking, depends on where. Am I in the right place? Am I doing the right thing? And so maybe this book will help me find my direction. What do you think, Sosha? For almost 15 years, old Berta has spent every day sitting outside her front door. The people of Viscos knew that this was normal behavior amongst old people. They sit dreaming of the past and their youth. They look out at a world in which they no longer play a part and try to find something to talk to the neighbors about. Berta, however, had a reason for being there. That morning, her waiting came to an end when she saw the stranger climbing the steep hill up to the village, heading for its one hotel. It did not look as she had so often imagined he would. His clothes were shabby, he wore his hair unfashionably long and was unshaven, and he was accompanied by the devil. My husband's right, she said to herself. If I hadn't been here, no one would have noticed. She was hopeless at telling people's ages and put the men somewhere between 40 and 50. A youngster, she thought, using a scale of values that only old people understand. She wondered how long he would be staying, but reached no conclusion. It might be only a short time, since all he had with him was a small rucksack. He would probably just stay one night before moving on to a fate about which she knew nothing and cared even less. Even so, all the years she had spent sitting at the front door, waiting for his arrival, had not been in vain, because they had taught her the beauty of the mountains, something she had never really noticed before, simply because she had been born in that place, always tended to take the landscape for granted. Ah. As expected, the stranger went into the hotel. Berta wondered if she should go and warn the priest about this undesirable visitor, but she knew he wouldn't listen to her, dismissing the matter as the kind of thing old people like to worry about. So now she just had to wait and see what happened. So behind me I hear screams at the dog park, and I wonder, how lucky are we to be human beings in control of our fate somehow? And how difficult it is to be controlled by somebody else. Not all human beings are free, and definitely not all animals are free. Freedom is something that is very important. It's always been important to me, and I paid a heavy price for my freedom. And now I'm wondering, should I enslave myself to society? Should I become part of the fixture? Should I become part of the system, so-called education?